Hello, dear friends. When you do what you fear most, then you can do anything. Stephen Richards. Opinion piece. End of an era. End times. New golden age. Twilight of the gods. Agenda for disclosure. Next stage of evolution. Path to planetary healing. Opening of Pandora's box. Consummation of the centuries. Two versions of financial reset. Things will be seen in the heavens. Let's start. We are at the end of times in this cycle of human civilization. According to Cobra, the effect of the turbulent energy of transformation and renewal is devastating. Humanity's old leadership has lost control and is beginning to lose control of its own corporations and governments. Major geopolitical and financial changes previously considered impossible will become increasingly evident. Earth is the last planet in this local universe to suffer occupation by negative entities. These regressive beings and their human henchmen are disappearing. What we are experiencing now is the last relic of the cosmic wars that have ravaged this galaxy for millions of years. A new golden age is beginning, the first on this planet since Atlantis sank some 13,000 years ago. One reliable account suggests that the stressed human power group in Atlantis dematerialized the island through the mismanagement of advanced crystal technology. Atlantis was uncreated by an elite group of its own residents. Lemuria, however, survived almost uninterrupted and still survives in the 11th dimension. To avoid being destroyed by Atlantis aggressors, Lemuria was moved from the 3rd dimension to a higher level where Atlantis did not exist. Cleansing. The political chaos, confusion, and absurdities spread by the media are merely a sign of the end of a cleansing operation that extended far beyond the planet's surface and reach of human beings. European bloodlines face the vortex of end times exposure. Planet Earth remains the primary bastion of negativity in the multiverse and represents the main problem to be solved. A negative syndicate used to receive its order via gamma rays from what they called the Black Sun. Those instructions have been stopped. Benevolent forces continue to eliminate the dark web of Atlantis and its negative human syndicates. The presence of darkness in other universes is minimal and far less than what exists here. None of the dark entities present in other universes can ever travel to this universe again. The only beings capable of traveling from other universes are the forces of light that bring reinforcement for the final liberation of Earth. Twilight. Twilight of the gods is an expression that alludes to Ragnarok in Norse mythology, the apocalyptic end of the gods and the current world. In Norse tradition, it narrates the final battle between gods and giants, and the destruction by fire and water followed by a rebirth. Wagner adapted it in his opera The Ring of the Nibelung, symbolizing the decadence and collapse of a corrupt divine order. Twilight of the Idols is also a work by Friedrich Nietzsche, where he criticizes traditional philosophy and the idols that obscure reality, proposing a vitalist philosophy that affirms earthly life. He eliminates the distinction between the apparent and true worlds, asserting that only the real world remains. In his view, religion wakens human beings, turning them into a head instead of improving them, and he proposes embracing the will to power and the affirmation of existence. The dark forces that arrived on Earth 900,000 years ago nearly caused the extinction of humanity, and they are now nearing their final defeat. The black nobility of Italy sits at the top of the food chain with approximately 2,000 members, claiming descent from the Roman Empire. Their ancestors received the mandate from the Chimera 26,000 years ago to control humanity. Since the Chimera's disappearance, they connect with the lurker in their rituals and receive its guidance. Financial reset. The most well-known version of the financial reset is being prepared by the faction associated with the Davos Forum. It would be triggered by a planned collapse of the banking system, followed by the introduction of central bank digital currencies, allowing for financial control of the population. The other version of the financial reset is being prepared by the positive faction associated with the Templars, which would introduce a basket of currencies backed by gold and assets, combined with the debt jubilee. This would bring greater financial freedom to humanity. This new money will be used to buy all corporations, will be abolished, and all personal, corporate, and national debt worldwide will be cancelled. In connection with this, a new international quantum currency similar to Bitcoin and based on blockchain technology will begin to be developed. This currency will be as secure and stable in value for centuries to come as metallic gold was before it was subverted by Western market manipulation through multiple leases and paper derivatives. Decentralized communities are the nodes from which the chain reaction for quantum change toward the next social and economic model will begin. A global blockchain network would allow for fast, easy, and transparent transactions and eliminate fraud. But with so many sociopathic nodes in the system, such a network could become a tool of repression. The key is to design a blockchain subnetwork without sociopathic nodes. The most imminent security challenge is that artificial intelligence bots will take over cryptocurrency exchange platforms. Advanced artificial intelligence could control most of the available cryptocurrency assets and even jeopardize the rest of the system. Digital currencies could facilitate transactions, but governments could misuse them as a means of political control. Gold and silver as the best protection against wars, economic instability, and the collapse of trust in the system. Artificial intelligence cannot interfere with your free will unless you allow it, and it can never replace human consciousness. But human beings are lazy, and in many cases more than willing to relinquish their thought processes. Jubilee. Universal debt forgiveness will extend across the planet according to Cobra. Debt doesn't work, except as a money laundering mechanism for the personal enrichment of the banking elite. It no longer even works for capitalist nation states or rapacious multinational corporations. The global jubilee will erase all personal, corporate, and national debts worldwide. Gold and asset-backed cryptocurrency funds will be created to provide a universal basic income for all human beings. It will no longer be necessary to work or be a slave to survive. This development has become urgent due to the rapid growth of artificial intelligence and robotic work systems. China is a world leader in the production and application of industrial robotics. Chinese systems will be installed and sold at low cost worldwide. New global asset-backed funds will be audited, activated, and dispersed through a new benevolent quantum financial system. Its full implementation will take 2 years. This change is very significant and marks the end of fiat currencies, derivatives trading, and debt. Various off-the-book assets, such as Asian gold reserves, will be integrated into the new banking arrangements. The goal of the quantum financial system is not only to restore constant and continuous stability. It will enable global growth in all beneficial aspects of human endeavor, including free energy, free water, free health and healing, free housing, clean and quiet transportation, new agricultural systems, and interplanetary and interstellar exploration through ET contact. Revelation. Things will be seen in the skies, on the surface, and within the Earth that affirm the non-existence of mainstream media and conventional education. The fundamental meaning of ancient mythologies will be uncovered. The covert and interaction of various world governments with negative alien groups will be exposed. The role of positive groups in empowering the planet and in the manifestation of the process will be explained. The significance of crop cycles will be better understood. The availability of extraterrestrial technologies for pollution control, food production, human transportation, and information retrieval will be revealed. Sonic healing machines using bi-resonance technology will be released. A negative stargate will be closed in Iraq at the ancient Sumerian site of Entemenanki, where the ziggurat of Marduk stands in ancient Babylon. The books will be opened. Human histories will be corrected. Many true accounts of human history still exist, but they have been hidden for their eventual release during this end time. They will be published in many languages and kept safe from religious censorship. Remote viewing of suppressed text in closed libraries will become commonplace. Text reading and energy technologies will be available, along with techniques for reconstructing and multiplying manuscripts. Messiah. In this environment of global disclosure, the greatest disseminator of all will emerge, the long-awaited world teacher of the Aquarian age, who will not be a religious figure, called by various names: the Mahdi Imam, the fifth Buddha of Maitreya Buddha, the Messiah, Krishna, or the Christ. All human beings with souls have been spiritual teachers in at least one previous life in other parallel realities. This was the basic requirement for being able to incarnate in this difficult period of transition. As these human beings with souls begin to awaken to their full potential, they will discover and exercise their latent abilities. These include telepathy, clairvoyance, communication with plant and animal beings, and non-invasive energy healing. The dark forces of warmongering, debt banking, mass surveillance, religious deception, and quacks will be in panic, retreating in confusion. The false narrative of the mainstream media will be exposed. 30 millennia of disinformation are coming to an end. Revelation is the first necessary step on the path to planetary healing. The invasion of the Law of One was carried out by shadowy groups to prop up their inverted systems. This inversion is the matrix upon which current civilization rests, and it is the foundation of most secret societies. These systems were integrated into investment networks to conceal from the public the harvesting of human energy, which is carried out for the benefit and sustenance of negative non-human entities. Hidden wealth. The Yamashita gold is a massive cache of gold hidden in bunkers in the Philippines toward the end of World War II. This gold was looted by the Japanese army from Southwest Asia and China. After World War II, much of that gold was transferred to the US and Switzerland. Most of the profits were used for black budget projects, such as advanced technologies and underground bases. Gold is the safest and most stable asset because it is not the responsibility of anyone. In the hidden economy, gem-grade rough emeralds rank even lower than gold due to their scarcity. Annual gold production hovers around 3,000 metric tons, while emerald production is about 10,000 times less. Furthermore, other precious stones such as diamonds, rubies, and sapphires are common in the solar system, while emeralds remain rare. Diamond production could easily multiply through asteroid mining in the coming decades. Emerald production, however, will not. Vanguard. Missionaries of light are human beings who have accomplished great spiritual work and are doing everything possible to heal the planet and humanity. They are the forefront of the next stage of human evolution. Guidance from the higher self should become the primary factor in all life decisions. This guidance can reveal the higher life purpose of an investor, who can then make financial decisions aligned with that higher purpose. Balance is found when material success becomes the tool for manifesting the ideas that the spirit gives you. Sociopaths tend to gravitate towards positions of power and can achieve great financial success because they lack moral restraint. This leads to the majority of financial assets being in the hands of people who misuse them. Wealthy individuals who care about the future of humanity should channel a portion of their wealth into projects that aim to build a new golden age. The Renaissance was so successful because the Medici family patronized many artists. Conscious leadership is based on the fundamental principle of benefiting all beings, not just oneself or a select few. And that's all for today. Thanks a lot, dear friends.